Hi guys. So I have a story that's been on my mind for a while and I've been meaning to share it. I knew I wasn't going to be able to go to university without getting a scholarship. That was it. There was no other way for me. Student loan was recommended to me, but it didn't feel right. I didn't know much about loans. Nobody in my family had ever taken a student loan. And I had heard such horror stories about student loan really tying up people's lives. And I get so anxious about owing people anything. And so it wasn't sitting well with me. And the application process was so tedious and invasive. I think it was sections A to L that you had to fill out, and some of the sections had part A, part B, part C, and I was like, nah fam. Plus I need a little bit more than just tuition, so I was thinking about that too. What about transportation? What about food? I literally had no reliable financial support that would have been able to take me on this journey and sustain me for the 3 years of university. So I needed some kind of significant financial help. So scholarship was the way for me. It was either that or I was going to become a mechanic. Not joking. Because there was a school, Jamaica German Automotive School, JAGAS, which was down the road from me, and so I figured it would be much cheaper than university. Plus I could walk to and from school, and I could come home for lunch, so I would save there. So it was either university degree or mechanic, and I wasn't mad at either of them. I actually wouldn't have minded being a mechanic. I might still do it. So I'm on this journey now. It's coming down to the end of sixth form, and I'm applying for all the scholarships that I'm eligible for. Sixth form is over. It's summer. Now is the time when I'm thinking I'm gonna get some calls. I waited for a while, no response. Then I got an interview for a scholarship. I went to the interview and it went well, I think. But then another long wait, no response. I got another interview, and here's the story. So that interview fell on a day when I also had a convention. So at the convention, I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was asking me, how things are going in terms of where I am in school and how's the application process going towards university. So I told her I got in to UA, but I'm not sure where the money is going to come from. I applied for all these scholarships. I went on an interview, but I haven't really heard anything. And so I told her all the ones I applied for, and she said, oh, you applied for the UA Open. That's the best one. That's the one I got. And I said, wow, really? Tell me about it. So she was telling me that they pay full tuition for any degree that you want to do, any degree program, and they also offer maintenance money. And I said, what's maintenance money? So she said, it's just money, additional money that goes towards rooming and food and books, and so they just cover everything. And she told me how she didn't pay anything for university at all, and she lived on campus and she was able to feed herself and do all these things from this UA Home Scholarship. And she said, that's the one you want, that's the best one. And she said, I think you can get it. I think you can get it. And I said, okay. And so I listened to her, and that was the moment when I decided that was the one that I wanted. that was exactly what I needed. So I went to this other interview. I wasn't going to just not go to the interview. No, I'm not crazy. So I went to the interview and it went well, again, in my estimation. But they got back to me pretty quickly. Within a week, they called me to say I had been awarded the scholarship. So I was very happy, and I told my mom, but I mentioned to her about the UA Open that my friend told me about, and she listened to my concerns, and I was telling her that, what if I get this one and then the UA Open comes through and I'm now ineligible because I've already taken another scholarship. So I now had a decision to make. So as I'm taking the bus and walking to get to this place, I'm praying and mulling over this decision in my mind. And when I got there, I decided I wasn't going to be rash. I was going to ask all the questions. So I asked, will I be bonded? I asked, how much was the scholarship offering? And they said 250,000. Now, me never see $250,000 one time in my life yet. So this is a lot of money for somebody who has nothing and has no prospects of having anything. But I had to think about it, because that was $250,000. I said $250,000 per year. They said no, $250,000 in total for the duration of your degree program. But my tuition for 1 year of my degree program was $252,000. So comparing that to having my full tuition paid for 3 years, so I made a decision to decline this scholarship. And they were mad. They were so mad. Like, one of the older ladies, I think it's her foundation's scholarship, she actually started to twitch. She sat there and she was like, we interviewed so many different people, great candidates for this scholarship, and we decided to give it to you. What do you mean you're not accepting it? And I said, I'm sorry, I'm just holding out to see if I get something else. And I'm there and I'm apologizing, and she's cussing and she's twitching, and I'm firm in my decision, but I'm feeling so intimidated and so nervous because of the panel. All of them have their eyes on me and they're looking at me like I'm crazy or ungrateful. But I was firm in my decision, and I was ready to help put this woman in an ambulance and rush her to the hospital, because I could have sworn she was going to have a heart attack. But still not take our scholarship. So eventually, one of the other ladies diffused the situation and calmed everybody down, and they said, okay, we respect your decision, we'll give it to another one of the candidates who applied. And I said, thank you, and I left. So I just turned down $250,000. What was next for me, I did not know. I knew I was going to school in September. I knew that UE doesn't require you to pay the full tuition up front. What you need to pay are the maintenance fees. And then once you pay the maintenance fees, you have up until your first exam to pay your tuition in full. So, like most good Jamaicans do, I called up my auntie in foreign, and I asked her if she could front me the maintenance money, which she did. So maintenance fees paid, I'm ready to enter school, start my courses. I'm going to school for like a month and a half, walking part of the way most days, trying to eat whatever is most filling and most affordable, like a corn dog from Nardo's. Nardo, wherever you're there, pick up yourself. And just trying to make it through. some mornings I would walk, and as I'm walking, I would be praying and begging and, wondering what's gonna happen. But I went through every day, and as I said, I had my backup plan. If this didn't work out, I was going to be a mechanic. Then a month and a half in, I started getting these calls from this strange number, and I just knew it was them. I had been walking over to the office of the Board of Undergraduate Studies. That's the UWI office that distributes the UWI Open Scholarship. And for that whole month and a half, I would go to that office at least twice a week just to see if the scholarship had been awarded already, because I figured maybe the reason I haven't heard from them is that they already contacted the person that was awarded the scholarship already, but they didn't contact the unsuccessful ones, like me. But then I got that call, and I knew it was them, and I kept missing the call because I would have class from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. And so I'd be in class, and if you know me, I'm not good with phone. Call always I miss me, text always I miss me. So I kept missing the call. And then by the time the class was done, which was after 4, I'd be calling them and not getting through because by that time their office was closed. So send me start go class with my phone on my desk. So after missing the call like twice, I finally got the call. I answered it, and they said, "Is this Khadija Chin?" And I said, "Yes." And they said, "Congratulations. We're happy to let you know that you've been awarded the UWI Open Scholarship." So that was everything.